Hello and welcome to the BrightHR webinar series where we discuss latest feature enhancements and updates with BrightHR and BrightSafe. My name is Jason Lazaro. I'm part of the BrightHR team, and here in BrightHR we really are dedicated to helping our clients make the most out of their BrightHR software systems. Today we're going to be discussing the latest feature update with BrightHR called VaccTrak, which is a really simple tool for our clients to use to be able to track the vaccination status of their staff and ultimately allow them to monitor the safety of bringing their staff back into the workplace. So today we're going to be looking at a login from an admin view, an admin perspective, and show you how admins would use the VaccTrak tool to monitor their staff's vaccination status. So from within the login, this is where we'll head first into the employee hub to access all the employees' profiles as an admin. As an admin, you can access everyone's profiles. Employees, they can only access their own. Let's take any employee as an example, Mary. Let's say Mary has come to us and said she's had her first COVID-19 vaccination. This is where we'd come to update that status on her profile. So from within her profile, we'll jump straight into the personal tab and scroll down to the bottom where we'll find medical information. Now, all employees by default will be not specified until you come into their profile and update their status to either no or yes, they've been vaccinated. If they have had their first vaccination dose, we can select yes, and it'll actually then have a drop down to allow you to input the date that the first vaccination dose occurred. And then additionally, once you put in the date, it'll give you a section to suggest if they provided proof of that vaccination or not. If they've provided that proof, you can simply select a tick box to say they've provided that proof of vaccination. And the second section here, you'll be able to input the date of their final dose if that's been specified. At the bottom here, you can add any notes relating to the vaccination. It's a free text section, so you can really type anything. Maybe you want to input the date that the employee is coming back into the work site or workplace. It's really up to you. From there, you'll hit save, and that will update the vaccination status of the employee. Now, just keep in mind, we are in an admin profile, so only admins can update the medical information section. Employees will be able to see the information the admin has input in this section. However, they will not be able to edit or update this section themselves. So from here, we can jump back into the employee hub. And you'll have a specific tab for VaccTrak, which allows you to have an at-glance view of who has been vaccinated and the further key details. We just had a look at what date their first dose was delivered and where their final dose is due, and which other staff haven't been vaccinated as well. So that gives you a very high-level view of the business on who has been vaccinated. For further detail about the status of this, we can head to the Navigators tab and click VaccTrak. This glance will give you a percentage of your entire company which have been vaccinated and also which have been partially vaccinated. So really, these partial vaccinations are who've had their first dose, but not their second COVID-19 dose. So what's also included in the VaccTrak update is a downloadable VaccTrak report. So if we click this download VaccTrak report, or even simpler, if you're doing your reports for the fortnight or month, there's a VaccTrak report from the report section tab. But if you click generate new report and click generate CSV, as you would do any other report, it would download a report that looks something like this, which lists everyone in the company, their email addresses, and as it opens through Excel, you can manipulate it and add filters. I've added filters to show whether they have been vaccinated or not. So we can select yes, it'll filter down to who's been vaccinated, their first vaccination doses, and any other information you've input about that vaccination will appear here. So this is just really a more detailed version of what we saw in the BrightHR Hub. It's a report that you can manipulate, and it just further allows you to identify how much of the company has been vaccinated, who's still yet to be vaccinated, and any key dates surrounding the vaccinations of your staff. So what's also included in the update is a COVID-19 vaccination awareness course. So this course is accessible to all staff, and really the point of the course is for your staff to feel more comfortable in the processes of vaccination, what's involved in it, and also goes through some common questions that are asked about vaccinations, with businesses in Australia and New Zealand. If you click Start Course, like all other e-learning modules, it'll take them through, information about the vaccination. There won't be a certificate of completion at the end, but there'll be a certificate of attendance, which means they've read the information and they've understood it, and they can download a certificate to say they've completed that particular course. Really, the idea is just to raise awareness for your staff of what's involved in the vaccination processes, just to give them peace of mind of these processes when it does come. Now, one thing to point out, when you do click on the course, you'll notice it does open a separate tab or a separate window. What you can actually do is this URL at the top here can be copy-pasted into an email or to anywhere else, and you can shoot this link to anyone who you want to take this course specifically. So you can copy it in an email, send it directly to your staff and circulate it. They can click on the link and they'll be able to access and take this course as needed. Now, updating the status can also be done from your mobile through the BrightHR app. So this is a login again from an admin view in the BrightHR mobile app. Just like the web app, the employees' profiles can be accessed from the mobile. So the employees button on the bottom left-hand corner, you can click. You can access everyone in your business's profile. When you click into that profile, we'll click on Andrew Chapman. Again, you'll have that same personal tab that you can access. And again, in the middle here, there'll be medical information, which you can select. Andrew's vaccination status has already been updated, but again, you can edit this information, change the status, input notes, and you can also update the dates relating to the vaccinations if needed. If you're stuck on any of these features, needed support adding any of your staff into the system, or had any further questions around VaccTrak, please reach out to the BrightHR team at brighthr@employsure.com.au. Thanks so much.